Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jason Lane and this is a special video for friends of Marnie from winggirlmethod.com. And in this video, I'm going to basically go over some of the ideas and techniques that Marnie and I covered during the interview we did just this past weekend. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to reveal another bonus technique that I promised to Marnie's readers. And what this does is it allows you to get a woman undressed very smoothly and easily, and you'll almost never encounter any last-minute resistance. It took me years to figure this out on my own, but I guarantee you it absolutely works. When you use this method, a woman will actually help you get her undressed, as opposed to blocking you or trying to resist, or, oh, I'm not sure we should be doing this. Okay, so stay tuned because this is going to be a short and information-packed video, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. All right, to begin with, let's talk about the three kinds of touch. If you remember from the interview, I told you that there are three types of touch. The first one is a soft and caressing kind of touch. And this produces feelings of love and affection in the woman that you're touching. The second kind of touch is a slow and massaging kind of touch. And this will make a woman feel safe and protected because you're using, slow, strong movements. The third kind of touch, which I believe is for advanced users only, is a sharp, abrupt kind of touch. So, for example, imagine you're standing there with a woman in front of you and you're making out, and you put your arm, you put your arm around her lower back, and you sort of pull her into you all of a sudden, and then you take your other hand and pull it to the, bring it to the back of her hair and pull her hair down gently but quickly, and then you start making out with her really passionately. That's a little bit more of what I'm talking about here. In fact, my friend Dan Rose, who wrote a book called The Sex God Method, has this interesting technique called the door slam technique. And what he does is he's making out with a woman where her back is to a door that's just a few inches open. And then while he's making out with her, he'll sort of push her against the door really fast, gently but quickly. And what it does is it makes the door slam really loudly, and it's very exciting. It's almost like a scene from a romance novel. But you don't want a woman to be concerned about her safety when she's with you. So if you're not really experienced with getting physical with women, don't use the third type. Just alternate your touch between caressing like this and then switching to a massaging kind of motion, and then going back to a caressing kind of motion. You got it? If you do one forever and ever and ever, it's not that interesting. And if you do the other for a long time, it's not interesting either. You've got to alternate back and forth between the two types of touches. And then when you get some more experience, you can try the third type. While we're on the subject of touching, if you remember, I also told you that there are three different textures that you can use in your touch. The first one is the pads of your finger. Okay, that's when you just take your hand and you're doing this. Okay? The second one is the tips of your finger. That's where your fingernail is, and hopefully you cut your nails and file them just a little bit so that they're smooth, because if you're dating women and you're touching them, then these are part of your toolbox, okay? And you need to take care of your tools. No woman wants to be touched by some dude with jagged nails, okay? So make sure you take care of them, please. All right, so you've got the finger pads, and then you've got the fingertips here with your fingernails. And then the third one is the back of your fingernails, which has sort of a smooth texture to it. So go ahead and do this with me right now. Stick out your arm, okay? And just take your, hopefully the camera's picking this up. Take your fingers and go like this, like a wave motion, kind of like this. See what I'm doing here? So you've got your finger pads here, and then you're switching to your fingernails, finger pads, and then back to the back of your fingers. So the motion looks kind of like this. Get it? Now you're not going to be touching a woman like this the whole time. You're not going to go, ooh, baby, let me show you the wave technique. Don't do that. The point is for you to change up the textures because it makes your touch so much more interesting. For example, if you're running your fingers through a woman's hair, you may start off, and I don't want to screw my hair up here, but you may start off, just taking your fingertips and gently going through her hair and really softly massaging her. And then you may change to a little bit more pressure with your fingernails and just sort of rake your fingernails through her head. Okay, and then maybe you'll switch to the other kind of touch, the massaging touch, where you start massaging her head. Can you see how the two kinds of touch, caressing and massaging, and then the three different textures can produce a whole variety of really interesting sensations for her? And what's going to happen is the women in your life are going to crave you putting your hands on them, which is what you want. So in summary, the three textures of touch are your finger pads, your fingertips with your short fingernails. Hopefully your fingernails are short and filed. And then the backs of your fingernails, which should be nice and smooth.